Welcome to today's podcast, where we will explore a topic that's at the heart of living a purposeful and resilient life: the importance of a strong foundation. And just like a house needs a solid base to withstand storms, and as I recently found, a shower needs a solid waterproofing. Well, our lives require a foundation built on core values, integrity, and a commitment to growth. And these elements shape the way we handle challenges, make decisions, and pursue meaningful goals. And in this episode, we're going to dive into what it means to have a strong foundation and why it matters and how we can cultivate one that supports us through life's ups and downs. And you may have thought, oh, I've heard all of that. But hang on, I think you might be able to gain some great takeaways from today. So I will see you in the episode.
This podcast is brought to you by DJ Works Media and HalftimeSuccess.com, offering resources and insights for those at mid-career or the halftime of life. Explore our diverse categories, including courses, coaching, health, music, software, and travel. We're here to help you make this stage of life your best ever. So get our new articles, downloads, and podcasts by signing up for weekly updates at goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. Now, let's dive into today's episode.
The importance of a strong foundation was once again confirmed when I stepped out of our bathroom and on the carpet. It was sopping wet. And then I questioned, was there a water pipe broken? Well, that would be horrible news as we were on a concrete slab foundation. And really almost anything could be an issue, as our home was built decades ago, and older homes have older pipes and plumbings. But however, I didn't think there were any water pipes anywhere close to where this leak was. We had remodeled our bathroom 10 years before, or less, and completely redid the plumbing. And I had drawn up the plans personally, and I knew there were no pipes under the slab. So after a bit of exploration, I figured out that the leak was coming from the shower, which was very close to the carpet area. But the shower was supposed to be completely waterproof. Oh, what went wrong was the lack of a strong foundation and shoddy workmanship. And in this article, we will explore what it means to have a strong foundation and the essential components that fortify it. So the foundation revealed. After having a trusted contractor take a look, we discovered the previous workers on our shower had taken some shortcuts. Areas around the shower pan were not completely sealed up to the way they should have been. And uncovering the shower pan revealed a very thin coat of protection and very little extra waterproofing. And the shortcuts didn't show up right away, but eventually led to having to totally redo a project that should have lasted us, well, at least another 20 years. Now, the same principle holds true in most every part of life and business. Shortcuts in communication with relationships lead to misunderstandings, division, and even separation. They're hard. And shortcuts in business leads to shoddy work, loss of business and momentum, and even loss of relationships. So let's talk about what a strong foundation is. A strong foundation is the inner framework that supports our actions, our decisions, and relationships. And it's the alignment of values, beliefs, and practices that guide us, especially during times of difficulty. And just as a well-built house can withstand storms and a bathroom shower pan can hold water, a strong personal foundation allows us to weather setbacks and uncertainties because they are not easy. There are elements of core values, spiritual beliefs, integrity, and a commitment to personal growth. And without a strong foundation, we may feel just aimless, vulnerable to external pressures, or really just overwhelmed by challenges. And a strong foundation equips us with clarity and with purpose and with resilience. It provides the grounding necessary to stand firm in our beliefs and to act with confidence in any situation. So let's talk about core and spiritual values. First of all, the role of core values. Core values are the bedrock of a strong foundation, and they represent what matters most to us. Principles such as compassion, perseverance, honesty, and respect. Now, these values then guide our decisions and actions, ensuring consistency and integrity in how we approach life. I try to evaluate these at least once or twice or even 3 times a year. Identifying your core values is an essential first step in building a strong foundation. And ask yourself, what principles do I want to uphold my life? And what legacy do I want to leave behind? And how do I want to be remembered by those around me? And if you've based all of those on something that's going to be fleeting, you'll be kind of empty. By reflecting on those questions, you can identify and clarify your core values and use them as a compass for your decisions. And I've written a wonderful chapter on this in the appendix of Stop Circling. So if you get the article that comes with this, all of those links are right there to establish and define your core values. It will help you. So now let's talk about the importance of spiritual values. Many people discount this. A spiritual foundation provides a sense of purpose and connection that goes beyond the material world. And whether through faith, meditation, or personal reflection, spirituality offers a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. And it fosters resilience, helping us find meaning in challenges and hope in adversity. And I covered the spirituality tool in my book, Bad Code, in that chapter 22. And it's the power and the strength behind emotional thoughts in our mindsets. It's like a battery. Now, for many, spirituality is a source of strength that anchors their core values, and it's a higher power. It reinforces the principle of compassion, of forgiveness, and humility while offering clarity and peace in the midst of life's uncertainties. And I encourage everyone to cultivate a spiritual life and continue growing in this area as it provides a foundation and solidity that isn't anywhere else. So let's talk about the pillars of trust, which are honesty and integrity. The role of integrity. Now, integrity is the cornerstone of trust, and it's the unwavering commitment to uphold your values, even when faced with difficult choices. And living with integrity means aligning your actions with your beliefs and creating a sense of authenticity that others can rely on. And we've been just bombarded with political messages, and what do we trust anymore? So integrity strengthens your foundation by fostering trust, not only in your relationships, but also in yourself. When you act with integrity, you build confidence in your ability to make decisions and to stand by them, regardless of external pressures. Now, my trust was broken with the contractor and the workers who put in our shower when it was discovered that they took shortcuts on waterproofing. I mean, it's pretty easy to break trust if we're not really aware of it. So let's talk about the power of honesty. Honesty is another essential pillar of trust, and it involves being truthful in your words and actions, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. And honesty, it builds integrity and credibility and fosters deep connections with others. In a world that often values convenience over truth, honesty requires courage. Yet it's through honesty that we cultivate trust, both in our personal relationships and in our broader communities. Living truthfully reinforces our foundation, ensuring that it remains strong and unshakable. So let's approach this topic of developing and maintaining trust. Trust is the glue that holds relationships and a strong foundation together. And developing trust, it begins with self-awareness and consistency, and it requires us to communicate clearly and openly, but not just slamming everyone and putting them down. Trust grows when we express our thoughts and intentions clearly. And open communication, it fosters understanding and minimizes misunderstandings. And following through on our commitments, that develops trust as well. And reliability is the key to building that trust. And when we consistently honor our promises, well, we demonstrate accountability and we build confidence in our relationships. We can admit mistakes. No one is perfect, and owning up to our mistakes and learning from them, it shows humility and reinforces trust. Many people are afraid to do this. They just want to blast everyone else. And it signals that we value honesty over saving face and values relationships over just saving face. And maintaining trust, it requires an ongoing effort. It's not a one-time act, but it's continuous practice of upholding values, acting with integrity, and being transparent in our interactions. This is so important in relationships, especially. And now let's talk about the value of lifelong learning, because the lifelong learning also applies to many areas of our life, because a strong foundation is not static. It evolves with time and experience. And lifelong learning is the key to maintaining and strengthening a foundation. It's the commitment to remain curious, open-minded, and adaptable. That's a big one. And learning, most of us know this, doesn't just happen in classrooms. It occurs through our experiences. Sometimes those are hard, right? Through those conversations, through self-reflection, and by embracing new knowledge and perspectives, we can expand our understanding of the world and of ourselves. Now, I learned more about the details of building a shower when we had to redo the work. The new contractor we hired showed me step by step their process and even enlightened me on design elements that I will be able to evaluate with every shower I see, whether or not I want to do that. I'm going into hotels now. I'm going into other showers and what did they do right and wrong here? Or things that could be changed. Lifelong learning fosters growth in multiple ways with resilience, confidence, and perspective. And whether through reading, attending workshops, or just simply observing life's lessons, lifelong learning, it ensures that our foundation remains strong and relevant. And again, it's also important in relationships to be growing ourselves and not just putting blame on everyone else. We understand there's growth in both sides. And as we conclude this, developing a strong foundation is essential for leading a purposeful and resilient life. And by grounding ourselves in our core and spiritual values and living with honesty and integrity, cultivating trust and embracing lifelong learning, we create a framework that supports us through life's challenges and opportunities. And a strong foundation, we all know this, it's not built overnight, even though we love to build it overnight, everything just be poof, done. But it's a lifelong process of aligning our values, our beliefs, and our actions. But the effort it's worth it, as it provides the stability and clarity needed to pursue our goals and to build really meaningful relationships. I hope that for all of us. And as you reflect on your own foundation, consider the areas that need reinforcement, especially at the start of a new year, whether it's clarifying your values, deepening your spiritual life, or committing to personal growth. Every step you take, it strengthens your ability to live with intention and resilience. And a strong foundation, wow, it's the greatest gift that you can give yourself. And it's the foundation upon which a meaningful life is built. It's a gift to yourself. And believe it or not, it's a gift to those around you, whether they're family members, whether they are work colleagues, whether they are just people that come into your life in small groups, we all have different areas where friendships and levels of friendships. And I talk about those too with our relationship circles. And especially I talk about those in my Women at Halftime book. But how important it is to develop, not be afraid to develop those deep relationships, but to be careful who we put in our central circle and for our close circle. So I encourage you to take a look at your own life. Don't be discouraged, but to build on those core values, build on those spiritual values. Don't discount it. We all have that soul within us, and it needs fed. It needs nurtured, and it's really a solid rock on which to stand. So I hope you get the article that comes with this. If you want to get our weekly articles, I don't send you spam. I send you articles and podcast updates usually. goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. Easy to sign up. Check out our halftimesuccess.com. That's a wonderful resource for some of our affiliates. Some of these organizations I've worked with for years and trust greatly. And some of our podcast guests are on there too with some of their products. And I love to give them some of the visibility for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's a wonderful topic. When I think of foundations, my daddy built some buildings as part of his work. And I got to be, as a little girl, around those a lot. And I know just that whole process, how much work goes into a strong foundation and how much work goes into our lives of building a strong foundation. So I just want to leave you with that message of encouragement, and I will look forward to being with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.